welcome back. We were talking about Kindles, traveling, and today is all about traveling. Before that, I think thank you everyone for who send us feedbacks to our TechTalk@takaslk.com. We got several feedback. Again, we are sorry about not keeping YouTube updated with the episode. It'll get updated soon. That's one of the biggest complaints we got so far. In terms of a lot of people ask us to go into more details in terms of the programming. We'll see. I mean, we just got several emails from people. Let's see what the trend is. If you happen to think how we can change the program, how we can improve it, what you would like to see on the program, how you can get in touch with us is the easiest way is ArtTV, that's one word, at takaslk.com. You should see it on the screen now. So traveling again now we came to traveling. I mean, you can travel within Sri Lanka, you can travel outside of Sri Lanka, right? So the difficult part is when you're within Sri Lanka, you already have a phone. Of course your battery dies, but apart from that you have the data connection most of the time. I mean, compared to what it was now, almost all the island is covered, right?
At least edge is there, so
so at least you get WhatsApp will work. But if you're going out of the country, what are the options we had? I think we had to face that thingy where because everyone roaming is not cheap.
But it used to be very expensive, right?
It used to be pretty expensive. I remember at a point you had to leave like a 50,000 rupee deposit just to get roaming activated. Now it's not the case anymore. Anyone who has a phone has the roaming already activated. You can use it. But again, you have to be really careful about what country you're traveling to, what plan you're on. So basically, Tilina, the provider we were using, and we were traveling to Malaysia and Singapore. At that time, what my biggest concern was the data, not the calls anymore. Because I mean, like nowadays, you don't really worry about calls, right? Do you?
There are so many ways to communicate, right? Text messages. I mean, nobody even use SMS anymore. So many messaging apps and email is very popular now. So everyone is kind of moved to that.
So before you travel, you first thing, I mean, the trend used to be, I remember when I was first traveling, we used to go to the certain country, we get a local SIM, get that activated, put it to your phone, use it. It was a mess. Nothing works. Now if you have WhatsApp, it's difficult. You know, you have to put the SIM back, you have to put the data on, then you have to pay that bill when you're taking a call again. If you're calling to Sri Lanka, which is expensive, I hate carrying multiple devices, to be honest. I just want one device where I have it in my pocket. So during the last couple of years, roaming has improved a lot. Back in the day, they used to tell you, look, you have to roam with this certain provider. So you have to, when you're coming out of the flight, you have to, search manually, select that provider and make sure you stick with that provider. Otherwise, you get charged more. Now it's a bit different where you can call your provider. Let's say you're on a certain mobile network, you call them and ask, look, I'm traveling to this country. What are my options? So when we were traveling, our options was we can get $5 unlimited data. So we pay $5 a month, day, unlimited data, and it's 10 rupee calls either way. So if I make a call, it's 10 rupees. If I receive a call, it's 10 rupees. So I was like, when I had my first prepaid phone, it was 13 rupees and 50 cents per call. Either you receive it or you take it. So this is far cheaper than that. So that's what the communication was, and Tilina and we both got that activated. We traveled and no headache at all, right? It just worked.
I mean, data is very important, right? So if you travel, you probably going to use Google Maps a lot, and maybe some other travel apps. So having data is really big deal right now in these days.
Exactly. So I think when Tilina and I went in, so we were fully covered in terms of data and all that, and we had another friend who actually came in. So he was on another provider, which he basically had to do get a SIM locally. And his data was crappy and it wasn't that great. I mean, Tilina streamed few videos while on data roaming.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. So I wasn't even worried about anything. So I was taking photographs, it automatically getting backed up to my Google Drive, and it was getting uploaded to my Mega account. It was getting synced up. I was like making Skype calls. We wasn't even thinking about it. So because we were totally covered. So again, another caveat is like when some providers say unlimited to certain countries only. So the same package we got to certain countries is not unlimited.
Right.
You still pay that $5. You are bound to a certain amount of data. So in that case, you have to be really careful, especially if you're on an iPhone. Make sure you have disable your automatic updates. If you're on an Android phone, just go to Google Play and disable automatic updates, because otherwise these things will eat your data. And the next biggest app that we used was Google Maps.
Yeah.
I think we hardly, did we ask anyone?
No, actually Google Maps right now has everything, right?
Yeah.
Your hotel information, your travel, your tickets, plane tickets and everything, your train passes and your travel itinerary, everything is in.
So all I had to do is even to check what my flight is. I didn't even do anything. I would just Google search, say what's my flight status. It is actually showing my flight, what terminal it's on, everything. So it's all connected. How Google knows is the question now. You'll all wonder, how does Google knows that what my flight is. So actually when I did the online booking for my flight, that company has sent me an email confirming all my flights. So it came to my Gmail. So this is what I'm saying, Google is creepy. So they actually read my emails. I had automatically. It knew I was traveling to this day, to this country, by this flight, everything. So when I was searching for it, they actually knew what I was searching for. They knew what my flight was. It was showing me. And it was actually helped us, right?
Yeah, they show you what places to go, what locals like to do in these places, and what foreigners like to do. It's pretty interesting and very helpful.
Yeah. So Google Maps is the key. It has locations. So for example, if you're going to a country like Singapore, it shows you the train schedules, bus schedules,
points of interest,
places to go and eat.
Yeah.
Everything is there. So we'll take a small break right now. After this, we'll see you again.